Good morning to you all.
Good morning,
Good
sister.
morning.
Good morning,
Sister.
sister.
Good morning, sister.
How has your week been?
Great.
It's been okay. We've been able to sail through.
It's been great.
All right, let's do a summary of what we did last week. This should be coming from you, the students. So let's start. What did you take home last week? We said so many things. What do you remember? Okay. Mary Ando.
Sister, please, last week we learned about what is research. And we said research is the systematic and empirical inquiry that describe or explain an observed event. And I also learned that we have inductive research. Then the inductive research, we said, is a method used to analyze and observe event. And then the deductive is used to verify an observed event. That's what I learned last week.
Okay. Any other? Yes, Rahama.
Sir, please, I also learned about the types of research. And we said we have application of the research. And we have aim of the research. We have the mode of inquiry and the research approach. And you said that according to the application of the research, we have two main types. That is the basic research and the applied research. And when it comes to, according to the aim of the research, we have descriptive research, explanatory research, and we have analytic research. That is what I also learned.
All right, thank you. Yes, Miriam.
Good morning, ma'am. Please, I also learned that under the types of research, we have mode of inquiry and then research approach. Under the mode of inquiry, we have two types. We have quantitative and qualitative research. And under the research approach, we have longitudinal, cross-sectional, and empirical research. That's what I remember.
Thank you. Any other? Yes, Aminatu.
Okay. Last week, I also learned that under the methods of research, we said under the deductive research begins with a research question and collection of empirical data, which are used to generate hypothesis and theory. And with the deductive, that one usually begins with theory driven. Thank you.
Any other? Thank you, Aminatu. Any other? Yes, Elizabeth, your hand is up.
Hello. Hello. Please, under the deductive research, we also talked about verification of a phenomenon that needs confirmation to what you want to research into.
Are you done?
Yes, please. I just wanted to add
Okay,
something.
thank you. Any other? Any other? So these few people, yes, Olivia, your hand is up.
Hello, Sister, please. We also talked about the reasons why research is carried out. And then we said we do research to find answers to new problems and then understand the existing ones. And then it is also done out of curiosity. And then others also do research for the test of new knowledge. That's what I remember.
Did I call it reasons? Or you are calling it reasons?
I remember we talked about those ones. Why?
But I
You
don't
said
remember calling it reasons.
okay. You said it is done in attempt to do those ones. That's what I remember.
Thank you. Any other? Any other issues? So these few people heard things. Yes, Sue, but
Yeah. We also talked about who does research. And you said the academics, students, government, consultants, and managers. That is what I also added.
all right. Any other? Yes, Patricia. Patricia, your hand is up. You've unmuted yourself, so talk and let's move. Yes, Zima.
Yes, please, we talk about a type of research, and some were analytical research, descriptive research, and applied research.
But you are missing all of them. They were under certain umbrellas. But it looks like you are combining everything. They were under some umbrellas. Yes, Hannah.
Sister, please, good morning. Sister, good morning. Sister, good morning. Hello, sister.
You want to answer a question, you have been given the floor.
Hello,
so
sister.
Answer your question and let's move.
Okay, please. What I also heard was that in deductive research, you verify the phenomenon, whilst in inductive research, you used to analyze a phenomenon.
Are you sure? You have
Yes.
even started the confusion here before exams. The confusion you have started in the class before exams. Deductive and inductive. Swapping. We didn't say that. We didn't say that, please. Even somebody just said the induction and deductive here before he even came to confuse everybody. That is not what was said. Gertrude, your hand is up.
Sister, please, we talked about types of research and you gave us 2 types, and under the 2 types, we have according to the application perspective, and then we have according to the aims of the research.
Gertrude, they were not 2. They were more than 2. So if you grabs the 2, grabs it. But don't pin it to us that it was 2. They were more than 2.
Okay. So according to the application perspective, we have basic research and applied research. And according to the aims of the research, we have a descriptive research, explanatory research, and analytical research. Please, I'm done.
Okay. Yes, Amata.
Please, ma, I want to help my sister. With the inductive research, what I also learned is that...
You have a sister here?
No, please, the one that was explaining the inductive and the deductive research.
So the person is not your sister, the person is your classmate or colleague.
Okay, my colleague. All right, thank you, ma'am, my colleague. So I also learned that with the inductive, it's used to analyze and observe events, whilst with the deductive is used to verify and observe events. Thank you.
Come again.
I said with the inductive research, it's used to analyze and observe events, whilst the deductive is used to verify and observe events.
So that's what turn it the other way around.
Yes. That's what I...
Too early. Thank you. It's too early to be confused. Very early.
Okay.
Too early. Somebody should tell her it's too early to be confused. Yes, Patricia, your hand is up. All right, thank you all for your contributions. Thank you all for your contribution. But please, inductive reasoning. Sister Olivia, I said I don't even want to talk. Let me do my teaching. I sat here and told you that inductive reasoning is what? You change something. So those that are saying, where did they hear it from? Where do they hear it from that inductive reasoning is what you analyze and deductive reasoning is what you observed? So where did they also hear it from? Or they have some, I went to teach them differently, please. So JC Fosuya, so what the students did was not a recap. It is called a recap. What the students did is what is called a recap. This class is a new class, and so every week, students will join. I cannot be going back to do recap. We have 2 ways of doing a recap. The first can be by the lecturer or the students. And to the best of my knowledge, they have done the recap. And I don't want to be reading, we just join. I know you will be joining. That one, it is not my fault. You got your admission late. And so people will even join in 2 weeks' time. They will be joining. It doesn't mean that every week we should be going back. It is not done. Otherwise, we won't finish. So we are not going back. At some point, when I feel that the students that joined are deficient, what I normally do is that I organize a class for them to make up for the loss. But as for the recap you are requesting for, they've done it. I don't know what you call recap. Paying attention in the class will do you more good than harm, just so you know. And anything that people are saying, focus on them as well. We are all in the classroom learning. So when a student is explaining something and you are waiting for the lecturer to come and explain, so whatever the student is explaining, you are not interested, then sometimes you will miss things. I taught a whole lot of things. And so even doing a recap will also do a little small something that won't take us back. That's why you also have the course out. So reps, when they come, I believe you have center pages. When people come in, give them course outlines. Give them rules that have been set on the platform. Just give it to them. Help them to understand some of these basic things. Because this class, there is a new class. So every week we will get new students joining. Do your duty as reps and then give them the information. So that people who come to my class with Techno phone, Techno K17, iPhones 5, Zoom users, they will know that in this class, there's nobody called a Zoom user, and there's nobody called Techno, and there's nobody called iPhone. And for me, there's nobody called Priscilla. Priscilla definitely has a surname. There's nobody called PA. There's nobody called Omni. Just so you know, when you come in without your official name, don't ask me any question. I will not answer. Don't try to raise your hand because I will not call you. It is me. Maybe other lecturers will call iPhone. iPhone is not a human being that can talk. Techno can't talk. And a Zoom user definitely cannot talk. Let's respect people here. If you don't know how to change your name from the device that have managed to change it, and so they help you to change. In this world, ignorance is never an excuse. When you go to Rome, you do what the Romans do. I'm saying all these things because when the groupings came, people were like, I was there. Someone said, I called myself Miss Jenna. So Miss Jenna, it is, then you don't have a group. And then Miss Jenna is Georgina Safu. No. I don't take people who think that they can do their own thing. I will not grant you any favor. When you came and you had the Miss Jenna that I even mentioned the Miss Jenna, then you tell me that I'm Georgina Safu, I belong to this group, I should be giving. I won't give it to you. I won't. This is a classroom. This Zoom is a classroom. You are not seeing me. I'm not seeing you. I am identifying you by your names, your official names. So if you come to my class with iPhone and come to my class with Zoom user and Techno, and you come and give me that excuse, some of us, I just came. I don't know. When you came and you saw people with names, why wouldn't you also write your name? Why wouldn't you write your name? When you open the Zoom app like this, it gives you the opportunity. It comes there. It gives you the opportunity to rename yourself. Even this app, when you come now, it has given you the opportunity to rename yourself. And you don't care. If you don't care, stay the careless in your hood. Don't even bother raising your hand or anything. And this, very soon, it will go against you. Because when you are doing a presentation for a group, and your group is called, and iPhone raises the hand, nobody is going to record any mark for you. So those of you thinking that every time you have all the excuse in the world, use this time to polish yourself. Anyway, last week, we looked at the basis, what research is. We went through the basis. We talked about what research was. Per what you people said, it means we covered everything under the units. We looked at what research is. We said that research can also be looked at from inductive and deductive reasoning based on L. Robert Barbie. And with that, he said that simply when you are doing inductive reasoning of research, you are analyzing observed events. Olivia, listen, this is what I said last week. When you mess your thing up, don't pin it on the lecturer. You analyzed the observed event, and then with deductive, you verify the event. That is how come I brought this diagram and depicted that with inductive, the individual, because you are analyzing an observed phenomenon, this is the observation, then there is pattern, then you have a tentative hypothesis, and then a theory is developed. Then when you come to the deductive, realize that the theory comes, so it is in descending order. Inductive is ascending order. Deductive is descending order. Please get it right. And don't come and say that the lecturer said that. We also said that research is carried out in an attempt to find answers to new problems and understand existing ones. Then we said that people who do research are academics, like they said. We talked about the types of research. The types of research. If you look at your course outline, see that you have types of research 1, research 2, research 3, all have been combined here, and we are talking about it. Application of the research, it's into 4 categories. Please, the lady that said 2, it's 4. So that, you see, these are things you should pick. When you're able to pick them, then reading becomes a bit easier. Application of the study, aim of the research, the mode of inquiry, and then the research approach. And under the application perspective, we have the basic research and we have the applied research. Under the aims of the research, we have the descriptive, we have the explanatory, and we have analytical. Then under the mode of inquiry, we have quantitative research and we have qualitative research. Then under the research approach, we have longitudinal, cross-sectional, conceptual, and then empirical. Let's pick them one after the other. I believe that we talked about basic research. And we said that basic research can also be known as theoretical research, pure research, fundamental research, and primary research. This is conducted to increase knowledge. This is conducted to increase knowledge, and the result is used as the base for applied research. And applied research is conducted to find solutions. Basic research is conducted to increase knowledge. Applied research is conducted to find solutions. But the outcome of the basic research is used as a base for the applied research. Then, according to the aim of the research, we have descriptive research. Thus, the researcher do use it to describe current issues, programs, and provide information about these issues through surveys and then other fact-finding methods. Then the analytical research, the researcher you can use existing data or knowledge or facts. And then based on these existing data, you critically analyze and evaluate the sources and then the material. Then with the explanatory research, you conduct it to know how or why two variables are interrelated. That is according to the aim of the research. Then according to the mode of inquiry, where we said that we have the qualitative and the quantitative research. These are the core of research methods, quantitative and qualitative. And the qualitative is a non-numeric data. It's all about a non-numeric data, and it uses open-ended questions. Thus, research enables a researcher to understand the comprehensive details of the research problem. Then with the quantitative, it is associated with measurements. There is numeric data. There is statistical techniques. And the numeric data normally is expressed as percentages, frequency counts, and other statistical jargons. And here, a large group of population is used for such a research. I just want you to understand that the research, your basic research, can be a descriptive research as well. It can be either a qualitative research or a quantitative research. And then, based on the research approach, it can also be a longitudinal research, cross-sectional research, conceptual research, or empirical research. What then is longitudinal research? Thus, the researcher collects information at multiple points in time. Normally, you select a particular group of participants and then you examine them numerous times to ascertain whether whatever phenomenon you are investigating, you try to determine it at numerous points from these people. And the cross-sectional study is normally information from also different people at the same point. Example, you want to look at infection prevention practices among health workers, nurses, midwives, pharmacists, blah, 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 orderlies. And so all these people, are cross sections of people and you collect information at the same point. This gives you a broader perspective or broader information regarding whatever you are studying. Then the conceptual research is associated with the concept and theory that describes hypothesis that is being studied. And so you can come with it. It is based on the inductive approach to reasoning, and empirical, which is also known as experimental, also depends on the observation, and it comes from deductive approach reason. Realize that the deductive, we are verifying. And so when you are doing your experiments, you are verifying that something blah, blah exists. And then know that the inductive approach, we are analyzing so that we can actually describe whatever we are doing. Now I realize that as we look at the mode of inquiry, the perspective from the mode of inquiry, realize that we have the quantitative and the qualitative research. The research methodology or the research methods that we are talking about is either quantitative or qualitative research method. Your study can be qualitative study or quantitative studies. However, sometimes you might want to conduct the study looking at both approaches. And so you are doing more than one approach, more than one research method. And so we call it mixed method. And this is done when you want to actually inculcate the two methodologies in whatever you are studying. The interesting thing is that it's not about somebody having, the person says that I'm doing quantitative, and then at a tail end somewhere, the person asks one open question, and now the person says that I'm doing mixed method. There are types of mixed method. The common ones are these four that I want to share with you. The convergent parallel. This type of mixed method, the researcher collects data for both the quantitative and the qualitative at the same time. So assuming you are using a mixed method on unsafe adolescents, you are looking at unsafe abortion practices among adolescents in Kenya's community, and you are using mixed method approach. You go in there and you and your research assistant, the research assistant, while they are collecting the quantitative data, you are also collecting your qualitative data based on the technique that you want to use. Either you want to use the focus group, you want to use in-depth interviews, you want to do key informant interviews, whatever. Then you all collect these data at the same time. But when you come, you analyze the qualitative data separately and then also analyze the quantitative data separately. When you finish analyzing the results, the data, then you compare your results and draw overall conclusion. That is convergence. Embedded is where you collect and analyze data at the same time. But what happens is that with this one, you can either decide to do more of quantitative or more of the qualitative research. So if you do more of the quantitative, it means that the other one is secondary to the information that you got. And this approach normally is used when there is limited time or resources. Then we have one we call the explanatory sequential. And with this one, you collect data on the quantitative first, analyze it before you now collect the qualitative data and then analyze. Normally, a researcher will use this design when the researcher wants to use the qualitative to explain and contextualize the findings of the quantitative. Like example, you are doing a study on unsafe abortion practices. You have collected quantitative data, and then you have realized that the practices, they use herbs, concoction, the methods they use concoction, blah, 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 to do this abortion. And then, the materials they use, concoction, herbs, this wooden thing they call in crandebia or something, they mix Guinness, blah, blah, blah. That is the materials they use. The method they use is that some of them have to insert whatever and then have a vigorous sex. Others will have to drink them for the fetus to come. These are the things you found out doing the quantitative. That is exploratory sequential. Now, you want to use the qualitative to explain why they did all that they did. They have used all these things. Why you want to get an in-depth information so that you can contextualize your quantitative findings. That is called explanatory sequential. Then we have the one we call the exploratory sequential. And this one is a reverse. You do the qualitative work first, analyze the qualitative work, and then you also collect your quantitative data and analyze it. Normally, sometimes you might want to explore certain things, and then based on the initial research questions that you have explored, you would want to develop hypotheses. And so you would want to use the qualitative as a baseline so that you can build the quantitative on it. Any questions at this point? Any questions at this point? Questions, contributions? Any questions? Yes, Angela.
Thank you, sister. Please, pertaining to the explanation.
Please, I can't hear you. A bit louder.
Please, the explanatory and the exploratory. Yes, I'm a little bit confused there. You said with the explanatory, the quantitative will come before the qualitative. Like you give the examples, you'll find out like what they have been using for the unsafe abortion, the things they use, as you rightly said. Before the qualitative will come, the reason why they do that. As you said with the exploratory, the qualitative will come, like they will say the reason before the
it
things
is not
they
reasons.
use.
I didn't say reasons. You are just bringing my example from explanatory to exploratory, isn't it? I'm just asking you.
Yes, please.
Me, I've cited my example, I'm done. I've taught something and you are trying to fit my example into whatever you are trying without you looking for your own example. Normally, the exploratory, explore. It even, I don't know, but it explains itself. Sometimes you realize that there are certain things, even when I was trying to use the qualitative to explain the explanatory, realize that I was even finding it difficult to mention that thing that they use. And so somebody, before the person would want to do the quantitative and ask them about the practices and all those things, the person might want to go in and explore some of the contextual things or some of the things. Maybe the person would like to even know the local names of some of these things. We believe that when you use qualitative to disintegrate complex languages and all those things, you get the information. So the person will just want to do that first, so that they get to know the local names of things they use to procure abortion, unsafe abortion, and all those things before the person builds on the hypothesis. So normally, people who do the exploratory normally use the qualitative as a baseline study, and then use the quantity to build on. Normally, they want to find out things in depth. They want to find out how people describe things so that they can build on it and have a right hypothesis or a right footing before they go into the communities. The explanatory, the qualitative helps you to explain the reason why certain things are done. Realize that because the quantitative doesn't take into account the complex nature of situations, the quantitative normally would want to know, so why? So the person say 10, 5%, but the qualitative is coming to help you explain why the 10. It comes in to do like more explanations to the variables that you have collected than it gives you a deeper, let me use that word, borrow that word. It gives you a deeper explanation as to what you have. That 10% said they procure abortion using a mixture of Guinness and sugar. Then the person says that you ask for a reason and you have the answers there. So the person says that it's because the person doesn't have money. But if the qualitative comes in, it comes to deeper, it's like punch more into the why. Then as it goes that way, you realize that it is not only the I don't have money, but there is more to this than the I don't have money. And so this, the explanatory, the qualitative helps you to explain some of the variables. And then the exploratory, the qualitative helps you to unravel certain things that you cannot use the quantitative to do. And then it helps you to build a firm context. Then the quantitative comes in. Are you okay with it?
Yes, please. Thank you.
Any other issues? Any other issues? If we don't have any issues, then let me also ask you, why is it important to conduct a research? Why? You came in to do your midwifery. You came in to acquire a Bachelor of Science degree in midwifery. You came and the first thing is that there is something called research methods. Why do you think it is important to do research? Your counterpart, they gave numerous reasons. And so I'm expecting you to also do the needful. Yes, Angela, your hand is up.
Sister, please, for me, I think the main aim is to improve maybe maternal and neonatal outcomes. And also, it also helps to foster maybe best practices among midwives when we study the research.
Okay, yes, Bernice.
Sir, good morning. Please, I also think research helps us to develop knowledge about issues. Thank you.
Okay, Elizabeth.
Thank you. Please, I think it will also help us to delve much more into our practice as midwives, especially whilst working. There will be some issues that will be popping up in the system. For instance, maybe home delivery. It will help us to research or delve much into why in these modern days people are still having their babies in the house and the reasons why. I think.
Do you know the interesting thing? Elsewhere, having babies in the home is allowed.
Wow.
Elsewhere, having babies in the home is allowed.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, Yahaya.
To find solutions to our problem and also to help us to measure our indicators we are working with.
Okay, thank you, Rahama.
Please, I also think that it helps us to identify the cause of the problems in our field of work.
Thank you, Mariama.
It will help us to determine effective best practices and also improve patient care.
But did I call Mahama? I said Mariama. You haven't even raised your hand.
Wait.
What that? And you won't let the person talk. You've talked. So finish your talking. Because if she has raised the hand and she won't talk.
I say it will help us improve on our best practices, and also retrieve information.
Okay, thank you. Rashida.
It helps us uncover hidden problems and find solutions to it.
Thank you, Rebecca.
It also helps us to gain more knowledge in our clinical practices in preventing diseases and managing symptoms of some illness.
Thank you, Sandra.
It also helps us to gain in-depth information related to various topics.
Thank you, Priscilla.
It also helps us adjust and adapt to new situations in our working environment.
Thank you, Bridget.
Please, I also read that research helps us to understand our patients better, thereby improving health outcome and increase efficiency in healthcare delivery. Thank you.
Thank you, Lukman. Ernestina.
Please, research help us to establish a scientific base of knowledge for nursing or midwifery practices.
Thank you. Hajara.
Please, research also help us to know the problem and to know how you can tackle it. For example, a midwife is in a community waiting for the woman to come and deliver and they are not coming. When she find out that when they deliver at home, they give them Zonkum. So she started preparing the Zonkum and people start coming to the hospital facility to deliver. So the research helped her to know the problem and how to tackle it.
Thank you, Georgina. Esther.
Sister, please, it also helps us to provide an evidence-based care to our patients. And also,
thank you, Bertha.
Research helps us to learn something new and also help us to solve problems.
Thank you, Nancy.
Sister, please, it also helps us to discover general principles of human behavior and also to help solve problems in nursing practice.
Thank you, Bernice.
Please, it helps us to improve on our old nursing practices.
Thank you. Zima.
Plus, it helps us identify current updates and act accordingly.
Thank you, Bernice.
Oh, sorry, sister.
You, Florence. Laurentia.
Okay, Ma, I think research also helps us to update ourselves with the changes that occur in the health system. Thank you.
Thank you. Samira.
Please, research gives us in performing our duties as healthcare practitioners.
Thank you, Nafisa. Jemima. Jemima, your hand is up.
Please, can you hear me? Please, can you hear me?
Jemima, stop stressing me.
Please. Please, it helps us to know why people behave sometimes in certain ways, and then it helps us also to understand them.
I think I have to mute everybody and deny you access. We can't be teaching and somebody's child is drumming like that. I don't want to be repeating myself. So these days, when students are doing that, I just do what is good for my health. Some of you are just trouble people. In summary, people are trying to answer questions. You won't answer the question. You won't do anything, and you want to disturb everybody because of. Please, all of you, put your hand down. Thank you. Let's move. Thank you all for your contribution. You can still type it in the chat box so that when the time comes, I read it. I'll read them randomly. People can just disturb a class just like that. So Gifty says to enhance allocation of resources to sectors. It tells us to know how to gather and put information together. Research helps give latest information. It helps for interventions to be made to promote evidence-based practices. It provides solutions to complex problems, to investigate laws of nature. Those of you that raise your hand in the chat, but sometimes I look at it and I'm laughing. It helps to know how to explore as health practitioners. Research helps us to build it. So all of us have an idea of what research is. All of us have an idea of what research, the importance of research. And above all the things that we have said, yes, but the research empowers the midwifery profession. The midwifery profession. When you conduct research on midwifery issues, it empowers your profession. It puts your profession up here, and then it gives you like an edge. It gives you an edge. Then it also, if you are the labor room, you are the labor ward, if you are the antenatal, wherever you find yourself, and you think that something you need to improve on something, you first of all have to go into fact findings, and then it will help you improve. It will help you improve on whatever you are doing. It helps you to improve. And on this note, all reps should take note that as midwives, according to this, every midwife in a center, you are going to group yourselves into three students. If you are 21, you get your 3 easily. But if, let's say, you are 20, it means that there will be a group that is 2. There will be a group that is 2. If there is, you have 3 each, and then one will be standing out, it means that that group, we can do it 2-2. We can do the group 2-2. So you are supposed to group yourself into 3 according to centers. That is the first criteria. The second criteria is according to your research interest. Everybody has a research interest. If you don't have one, look for one. Everybody should have one. Research interest. Maybe you are interested in looking at antenatal issues. Somebody is interested in looking at labor issues, surgical, black, whatever. And so have that. Then this group names per sentence should be sent to my email, which is on the course outline. The email is on the course outline, which should be sent to my email by the 17th. 17th February. And these same groups will also need to bring their topic. This topic is the topic you are going to work on when you get to level 400. That one should also reach my mail by the 20th. Sorry, by the 2nd of March. 2nd of March. Please take note of timelines. Reps, you cannot hold anybody. So when you get the groups, and there are some students in your group who doesn't want to bring their group name, leave them and send the group list by the 17th. If by the 2nd of March, these people will still not bring their group and the topic they are doing, leave them alone and bring it. You will write a proposal for me at the end and submit to me at the end of the semester. But these two are the timelines you are going to adhere to for now. So we have looked at what research is. Babi said that it is that systematic logic, organized something which can be inductive and deductive. And we said that the inductive is analyzing observed events and the deductive is verifying observed events. Then we also looked at research from perspectives, and then we saw that we have the research by the application perspective, which can either be a basic research or an applied research. Then we said that the basic is to increase knowledge and the applied research is to find solutions. Then we said that the research can be based on the aims of the research, which can either be descriptive, which can be explanatory or analytical. Then we also said that the research can be based on the mode of inquiry, which can either be a quantitative or a qualitative research. And then finally, we said that it can be based on the research approach, which can be longitudinal, which can be conceptual, which can be empirical and cross-sectional. And the interesting thing is that all these four, or three of them, can be applied in one research. You can conduct a basic research, which is descriptive, which is also cross-sectional, and then based on quantitative inquiry. So at some point in your work, we have something we call the study design. And the student can write the study design will be a descriptive cross-sectional study. As for it being a basic research or applied research, it will be known. You don't need to write that, it will be known. That is it. Then we talked about mixed method and said that sometimes the mode of inquiry, you can mix the two, either quantitative, you can mix quantitative and qualitative. However, there are styles or there are types of it. We have the convergent where you collect data for both qualitative and quantitative at the same time, analyze them separately and draw conclusions on both of them. Then we have the embedded where you collect and analyze both quantitative and qualitative data the same time. Then we have the explanatory sequential where you collect quantitative data, analyze the quantitative data, and then later collect qualitative data and then analyze the qualitative data. However, the interesting thing is that with the exploratory sequential, the qualitative data is collected and analyzed first before the quantitative data. The interesting thing about embedded mixed method is that if you decide to collect a larger quantitative, then the qualitative becomes secondary and vice versa. And then on that note, I asked about the importance of research and I got so many beautiful responses. Thank you all for your participation. This closes the curtain on Unit 1 and ushers us into Unit 2. It ushers us into Unit 2, the research process. Unit 2, the research process. What goes into the research process? We are conducting the research, we are conducting research, we are conducting research. We are here and we are learning research methods this morning. Research methods, research methods. What goes into the process? What goes into it that at the end of it, or that this woman says that group yourself into 3, get a research topic. This is what we are going to use in year 4. So process, what is the research process? A research process is planned and usually carried out through stages. You see, you cannot just get up and say, I'm doing research, and you've started doing research. You will definitely start from somewhere. And it is step by step. Every stage is devoted to a specific aspect of the problem that you want to investigate. Every stage. There is time for everything. You get a time where you look at the needs. You determine the research needs. You are at the labor room. You are at the labor ward. You are working at the lie-in ward. You are working at the antenatal clinic. You are working at the family planning clinic. What are the research needs in these facilities you find yourself in? What are the research needs? These research needs are something that is igniting, that is perplexing, that is troubling. These are things that are recurring, that have challenges, that are giving you problems. These are things that people are benefiting from, and you want to determine whether there is a need. You ask yourself that, where I find myself working, is there a need? And so as you have that need, there maybe people come initiate ANC very late at the trimester, some of them at the 8th month or the 3rd trimester, some of them at the 8th month or the 9th month, and they come with complications that could have been taken care of if they had initiated early. Sometimes some of them have also initiated early, and you want to find out what factors also. It's also, there are so many things. There are so many unanswered questions. There are so many things that you would want to find out. So as you see the broader picture and then you determine the needs, the research needs, then the step 2 brings you to the situation where you would define a research topic. I am saying that women come to the clinic, ANC clinic, very late. They come to the ANC clinic very late. And I might want to look at factors that contribute to late initiation. Somebody will say that to me, I won't call them factors, I want to call it challenges. Somebody says, I won't call it challenges, I want to call it barriers. Somebody says, so you look at the research needs, and based on the research needs, you define your research topic. Then the third stage is where you develop a search strategy. This time here, when you have the topic, you have affirmed your topic and you've told yourself that this is what I am going to work on. You develop searching strategies, search for literature review, look at what other researchers have done regarding your topic. Then you also think about mode of inquiry. That is the methodology that you are going to use. You want to look at the kind of research that you want to do. Is it, do I want to do basic research? At this level, it is basic that we should be doing. Then you ask yourself, do I want to do a descriptive study alone, or I want to do a descriptive cross-sectional study? So this is the point. The step 3 is the point where you ask all these questions. You come into conclusion that this is the method I want to use. And then you develop all the strategies that you need to build on these methods. Then it gets you into the step 4 where you conduct the search. At some point, you need to do data collection. If you are not going to take primary data and are going to do documentation review, you need the documents available. At this point, you have to conduct the search. Then when you finish conducting your search, you come to the stage 5, where you evaluate your resources. After conducting this research, the search, you have to analyze whatever, and then you come out with whatever information. And the step 6 is where you are citing your resources. What is a research problem? This problem is a situation involving an enigmatic, perplexing, or troubling condition. Hey, people come to the ANC very late with complications. People come to the labor room with nothing. People, it's like you are overwhelmed. The problem is choking you. And you want to find solutions. You cannot find a solution when you don't even know what is at stake. So this thing prompts you. You ask yourself so many questions. You try to answer these questions in your mind. You try to place a finger on whatever is going on. And as you do all these things, it brings you to the situation where you tell yourself that, yes, I want to go into fact finding. I want to have evidence. I want to have something. I want to have evidence. I want to say that. I want to pin whatever is going on something. So you want to go into research. This is where at the point that you now have to write your research topic. They are coming late to antenatal. When they come late, they come with a whole lot of complications. You are a midwife and saving life is your passion. You want to reduce maternal mortality. But the kind of acts these pregnant women do makes it difficult. So you sit somewhere and you want to look at factors contributing to late initiation of ANC among pregnant women at Isanse Hospital. Whenever you are stating your topic, make sure that the problem that you want to be studied is part of the topic. Your target population is also part of the topic, and the study setting is part of the topic. Ideally, your topic shouldn't be more than 15 words. There are some topics, me, myself, I told somebody my topic, and the topic is long. I know my topic is long, very long, but that topic, I can't do anything about it. Even as I try to remove some, my supervisors are adding on. But ideally, your topic shouldn't be more than 15 words. If it is 12 words, the better. Any confusions to be cleared? Any contributions? Any questions at this point? Where or what we have done so far? We've talked about the research process. I've given you information on the 6 steps. We just finished talking about the research problem and the research topic. Any questions? Let me see. I've given you access. So let's do the needful. Yes, Abigail.
Yeah, hello. Please, sister. Please, sister, can you give us an example of a research topic which is not more than 15 words so that we have a fair idea of our topic?
Give me one. When you're able to give me one, I will also help you firm that.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Abigail.
Sister, please, I don't know, but can exclusive breastfeeding be a topic on its own?
You can't lower your hand. It's because of your network.
Hello. Hello, sister.
Uh-huh.
I said I don't know actually, but can exclusive breastfeeding be a topic on its own, like research?
You call the topic exclusive breastfeeding. You are calling your topic exclusive breastfeeding. So let me give you the clue. Anytime you are deriving your topic, have it in mind that the topic should have 3 ingredients in the topic. The topic should have 3 ingredients. The topic should have the problem to be studied, the study population or the target population, and the study site. Anytime you are writing your topic, make sure that these 3 ingredients are part of your topic.
Okay, sister, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Any other? So you make sure that these 3 ingredients are part of your topic. Assessing unsafe abortion practices among adolescent girls in Kenya. Assessing adolescent health practices. Assessing, yes, adolescent care practices among. You see, when I am teaching and you will not listen, hepatitis, I will read this one. I will read hepatitis B infection among pregnant women. Please, is it okay? You want me to say it is okay? I gave you 3 ingredients. Use it to assess your own topic. That is how we learn. We don't learn to spoon feed students. We learn for you to figure things out. So when you write this and you ask me it's okay, you want me to spoon feed you. It is even not okay. Anytime, this is a clue I just gave. Anytime you are writing your topic, make sure that your topic has these 3 ingredients. The problem to be studied, the target population, and the study setting. Unsafe abortion practice, assessing unsafe abortion practices among adolescent girls in Kenya. This is even 9. Unsafe abortion practices is the problem I am studying, to be studied or to be investigated into. The target population is the adolescent girl. Thank you, Caroline. And the study setting, SETTI, the study sites, the study sites, the study sites, the study site is Kenya. You got it. It is always good to pay attention. Let the lecturer land. So somebody says that the topic is, late attendance to antenatal care among women of Tunai community? Women. Is every woman. So if you come and ask me, sometimes think about your target population as well. Please don't bring any teenage pregnancy topic to me. Assessing rampant teenage pregnancy in Galamsey areas among Amansia districts. So the Amansia districts are the people you are looking at. The Amansia districts are they people you can speak to. The Amansia district is your steady population. Anyway, I'm glad that things are coming in. Why some women in the Pandai district deliver in their home? This too is a topic. Are you asking us a question or you are framing your topic? Hey, why are you laughing? Yeah, I'm just asking factors. It is not factors that, so if you have this 10 factors that determine, then what will be your objective? Factors. High level of anemia. The topic is not factors that determine. Look at some to university. I said I don't want to read any unsafe abortion story here. Teenage pregnancy, in fact, the rate of teenage pregnancy. This one to a topic. So which one is the problem you are studying? Which one is your study population or your target population? And which one is your study, I don't know what I'm doing the same. Study site. Somebody is assessing the impact of exclusive breastfeeding on children. Exclusive breastfeeding is children, right? Exclusive breastfeeding. It is for children. Say, exclusive breastfeeding is for children. Oh, God. Exclusive breastfeeding is for children. Late attendance to lectures, amount midwifery students. Late attendance. Ada Yesu beba di ebe yehu kwa. Low HB levels. Low HB levels. I saw it somewhere. The practice of self-medication among pregnant women attending ANC at Ebuakwa Polyclinic. Please, causes of wound infection. Causes of wound infection. How are you going to expand that topic? Will be also the prevalence. I know that the person that is writing prevalence, if you want to even ask the person what the prevalence is, sorry, CBPM, prevalence rate of formation of blisters on surgical patients. Hey, assessing rate of sexual, rate of the rate of sexual abuse among pregnant women. The rate, can you assess the rate? Assessing low IPT3. Assessing, the moment I use assess, everybody will do assess. That's why these days I don't want to do examples. Because when you give example, they will never be innovative. Low exclusive breastfeeding practice among Ofusukurum lactating mothers in the AEE district. high rate of teenage. Maybe as some here can we people are just stubborn. Nobody should bring any pregnancy topic to me. Teenage pregnancy, I mean. Nobody. I have banned a topic on teenage pregnancy. When you go to year 4 and you assign a supervisor and then you decide to convince the person, fine. But I don't want to see any teenage pregnancy topic in the topics that you'll be bringing. Teenage pregnancy and your fans. Hey, why here that you want to reduce the hey. Another topic, the effects of sleep on physical and mental. Now, I bet me This was just a friendly advice. Make sure that the topic that you will be bringing, you understand the topic. That is 1. And you can do the topic. That is 2. You'll be laughing. The students that I have, they have topics that investigate reasons, evaluating measures to reduce anemia. Studying the treatment or just say, sit down and get your facts right and get your things done. There are certain topics that you have. The funny thing is that you can't even progress with that topic. You get stuck. You get stuck. There are certain topics, when you choose them, you get stuck. You can't even progress. And so do yourself a favor. Do yourself a favor and sit down and try to derive topics. I've told you how to derive topics. And this brings me to the presentations that we are going to have. It brings me to the presentations we are going to have, I think, on the, where's my phone? Let me look at the timeline. Yes, we will start our presentations from the 17th. From the 17th of February, 17th February, I am anticipating that we should use 1¼ hours, 1 day and 1 week and a half hour. And so please listen to this. If you just joined my lecture, if you just got admission, it means that the group I will be posting, on the platform called Final Group. You are not part. You are not part because last week you were not here. You are not part because you didn't submit your name to your center rep early enough for it to get to me. It doesn't mean that you will not get a group. You will get a group. If now that I gave them work, they are here to even return it. I want them to send me the duplicates. People gave their names and gave their names again, and so there are duplicates. I have to clean the list. When I finish cleaning the list, then I can add on. But you need to get this list before next week. as I am going to assign a cohort of groups. So let's say group analytical, descriptive, blah, blah, blah. 6 of you will be given one problem, a problem in the universe. You will be given it, and then you will be asked to derive a topic. You'll be asked to state your problem. You will be asked to write your main and specific objective. This I do. I do this because I want to determine whether learning has taken place. It's a group presentation. I will send you a template and you will put your work on these slides. Then you will send the slides to my email. The email address is always on my course outline. You send it to my email at a date I will tell you. What it means is this: if we are presenting on the 17th of, we are doing our presentation on the 17th of February, it means that before 9 a.m., before 9 a.m. on the 17th of February, all slides, all PowerPoint presentation slides should be in my email. If you don't submit your slide, you will not present. If on the day of presentation, your group will be called, so example, team critical, and I expect that all team critical members will have to raise their hands at the participant session. Raise your hand at the participant session. So those of you that have been raising your hand in the chat, go and learn how to raise your hand at the participant session. That is one. Group leaders and other facilitators, the group leader will have to choose other 2 people to come and do the presentation, or the group leader will decide not to do presentation, but will choose other people to do presentation. When you choose these people, teach them, let them learn how to share a slide. You realize that when I'm teaching, I share my slide for you to see. So you should learn how to share a slide for us to see what you are presenting. Please don't go and be giving your presentation to people who have network issues. All of us have network issues, but some people, their network is not stable. Don't give it to them. You don't want any frustration. You share your slide, you do your presentation, you share your slide. So when you raise your hand like this, you keep it there. You listen to me. You have to hear your name from my lips, because that one means you are present, and a mark will be allocated to you for being present. When you are done, I'll tell you to put your hands down. When you put your hands down, then you will be asked to share your slide. You will share your slide, do your presentation peacefully. Then another group will be mentioned. We will do this until all the groupings that we have is exhausted. And so it goes to 111923. MSUNGSMS911U. iPhone, Techno, Ome, Akosia Abusuya Kuruwa, or whatever. You come here in your official GCU. I don't know whether Abi Favor is a name, but let me tell you, if you come with Samsung, if you come with 11923, I will not mention it. I will not record it. You can take it wherever you want to take. I will never grant you or give you the mark. My stand is this: attend my class in the official name that you came to Garden City with. Learn how to do this before the 17th of February, because no excuse. If you come here in the morning, let's say 9:15, but you were called 9:20 or 10, and your network was bad and you left, it still means that you were not present when your group was presenting. Let's all get these things straight. This is academia. We conform to rules and regulations. We don't do whatever we like and think that rules will be bent for us. No. You do what is expected of you and everybody is happy. I've told you when we are going to do this. And so please, practice all these things so that on that day, it will not take you unawares. Thank you for understanding. This week, we have been looking at, we did a recap of what we did last week, and we moved on to talk about types of research based on the application perspective, the mode of inquiry perspective, the research aim perspective, and the research approach perspective. We also looked at mixed method approach, and we talked about the mixed method approach, and we found that there are types of mixed method approaches to research, but the common ones that we discussed here was the convergent parallel, explanatory sequential, exploratory sequential, and embedded approach. Then we moved on to discuss what the importance of research, and a lot of people gave beautiful contributions. Then we closed the curtain on the first unit and moved into the second unit. We have basically done not even a quarter, small portion of the research process, but we established that research process is carried out in stages, and each stage is devoted to a particular strategy that will help us do our research. And so we said that it starts with the needs assessment, the research needs assessment. From there, you derive your topic from it. The topic shouldn't be more than 15 words, and the ingredients in the topic should have the problem to be studied or investigated, the target population, and the study site. This shouldn't be more than 15 words. Then we said that the third stage is to conduct a search. This is where your literature reviews comes in, the methodology that you are going to do, the data collection, and all those things come in. Then the fourth stage is conducting the search, going for data collection, then coming to evaluate resources by doing your analysis, and then you finally write your report, and then you cite authors that have been used. On this note, people also try to give examples of research topics Some were okay, others needed to be polished. And so on those notes, we end this lecture for the week. And we prepare ourselves to meet the next week when we progress into the second unit. Try to finish the second unit, and then we set the tone for our group presentations in the subsequent weeks. Enjoy your weekend and have a wonderful day.